people not only in Niger State but also.
Still a chance for Ian Robin. It's let him shoot, let him shoot. No problem.
Nigeria about to exit second wave of COVID-19. Still on the headline
of nursing and midwifery to Edo State College Nursing Sciences as part of
Good morning, thanks for joining us. This is the Gallery TV newspaper headline today, 26th of April 2022. I'm Amaechi. This morning we'll start with the Daily Sun newspaper with a major headline that says 2023 Jonathan steps up consultation on APC move. 2023 Jonathan steps up consultation on APC move. His defection declaration on the way. That's coming from the supporters. Ex-president plans to contest national service, says campaign coordinator. That's the major headline on Daily Sun. You can find the full story of that is on page 6. Above the major headline, we have a story 2023. Igbo leaders urge Southeast aspirants to press on with presidential bid. Vow to support them to the end. That's on page 8. I'll take us below the major headline. We have a side story. We have a side story that says, I have capacity to rescue Nigeria from current mess. This coming from Saraki. Says insecurity won't continue beyond 2023. The full story is on page 7. On page 8, we have a story that says Kanu's challenges secret trial, says plan unconstitutional. NDLE arrests businessman over 3 billion naira illicit drug linked to DCP Kyari teams. EFCC now suspect for allegedly defrauding Kwaramuna of 33 million naira. The full story is on page 4 and 5 on the Daily Sun newspaper this morning. Imo explosion death toll rises to 150. Igbo group demands Buhari Uzodinma visit to tragedy site. That's on page 4. On page 25, we have a story. I will promote state comparative for economic growth. That's coming from Wiki. We still have another side story that says, it will be a great injustice if I didn't contest. It's coming from Vice President Yemi Osibajo. Full story is on 25. On page 7, we have a story there that says, blame military, not cooker, for Tucano jet delivery delay. NEF replies presidency. Still on the Sun newspaper, we have a story that says, dollar scarcity hits banks. Worsening insecurity, poor economy, hindering state from boosting IGR. Anasu Sanu extend warning strike by 1 month. The story of that is on 25. That will take us to the next paper. This morning we have the Nigerian Tribune newspaper that has a major headline that says Tinubu Osibanjo, others on wide geese chase. Tinubu Osibanjo, others on wide geese chase. That's coming from Adebanjo. It's Southeast Tone. That's coming from Clark. Others. The page, you can find the story of this on page 2 on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Above, we have a story that says 19 northern states, federal capital, PDP stakeholders reject state sectional consensus arrangement. That's on page 33. Still on Nigerian Tribune newspaper. On page 32, we have a story. It will be injustice if I do not contest. Still coming from the Vice President, Yemi Osibajo. Bayelsa APC split over push for Jonathan. That's on page 23. Still on page 22 on the Nigerian newspaper this morning. We have a story, side story that says death toll in Imo explosion rises to 110. Can get the story of that until the 7th. Page 2, we have a story also that says Alcon marks but a succession race for next Alafin of Oyo stool comments after its 80th day for due. That's all we can take from the Nigerian newspaper, Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Taking us to the Guardian newspaper with a major headline that says, "Not plots to retain power. Afenifere Pandef others allege." Not plans to retain power. That's coming from Afenifere Pandef others alleges. Obi Umahi, Ngige Okorocha, and others meet over zoning. Nigeria must give South Seat a chance, says Clark. At the Banjo, APC dividing South to retain power is not. Only equity, justice will save Nigeria. It's coming from Nzuko Omona. We have a story above as despite security assurances, Imo residents comply with sit-at-home orders. That's on page 9. Weapon delay, blame military, not cooker, not an either tells presidency. NDLEA nabbs alleged billionaire drug baron linked to Abakari team. We have a side story. We regret supporting Buhari in 2015, says Unogo. Twitter Nigeria agreement suffers setback as mocked buys microblogging platform. Abe dismisses. Is Jonathan allowing himself to be disgraced? As Clark at the Banjo Middle Belt Forum canvassed Igbo president. Igbo have competent, patriotic people, says Clark. Southwest should take the back seat for now. That's coming from Oju. That's the major headline on the Vanguard. We have above the major headline a story that said Adegoke's murder, defendant slumps as Falana appears for prosecution. 2023, it will be injustice, betrayal if I refuse to contest. They coming from Ostibanjo. How Alafin married me at 19, says Queen Ola, estranged wife. Former Minister Graham Douglas dies at 82. That will take us below the major headline. A side story, federal government. The New Telegraph have a major headline that says 2023 Pandef Afenifere MBF agrees on president from Southeast. 2023 Pandef Afenifere MBF agrees on president from Southeast. Says power rotation part of federal character principle. It's disgraceful for Jonathan to contemplate race, says Adebanjo. No cabal can impose president on Nigerians. That's coming from IM. Group moves to raise 66 billion naira for Obi's campaign. That's the major headline on the New Telegraph. We have a story above that says, a consensus PDP not ethnic party, not on stakeholders. NCC mobile technology crashes cyber cave users to 0.2%. Kari NDLEA arrest suspected drug baron behind 3 billion naira tramadol deal. Terrorism charge cannot challenges secret trial. That's all we have above the major headline on the New Telegraph. We have a story below that says, it will be injustice, betrayal to Nigerians if I refuse to contest. Still coming from Osibanjo says he's not ready to retire to Ekene. Imo refinery tragedy death toll rises to 110. Coming from Nema. The story is on page 2 and 26 on ASU strike appoints competent hand as education minister. That's coming from parents to federal government. There's a blast union over strike, 10th phone. That's all we have for you on the New Telegraph. That will take us to the next paper here with me this morning. The next paper here with me this morning is the Daily Independent.